Hello, everybody, and welcome back to OSL Division 2 semi-final number 2. Tonight, I have a lovely guest of the Big Esso. Hasso, how are we? And would you like to introduce our sets?
Yes, I am very good, Chief. We have got on. I think we start off with the Lich, then we go to Spirit, and then tiebreaker will be the Blight. So we've got some really good games in stock for us tonight, Chief.
Yeah, we do. I'm definitely really excited to see another Lich set, Hasso. I think we've only seen two, maybe three. I'm not too sure about that. I know it's either two or three sets of the Lich in Division 2 so far. Grim Pantry being not the most standard map pick overall, we see it a lot in EU, not as much in NA, and definitely not a lot in OCE Hasso. So, do you have any expectations heading into this?
Oh, yeah, I reckon it'll be your 7, 8 stages. I reckon, but it is Revolution on the killer. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's anything higher. And look at that, there's no corrupt, so we're just going balls deep, just going, sending it full strong build. So this will be, a good little start to the survivors. They're just trying to creep around the map and get to those generators as fast as possible. Now, for anyone that is new, you cannot open the chests in competitive DBD. Any chests, Vecna's chests, or just default chests, as we get stuck there a little bit. But nah, this will be Revolution trying to find a survivor as fast as possible. And I mean, Chief, as soon as you found your first survivor, it's sort of like you've locked eyes. That's who you got to tunnel out. So we are gonna spot our first survivor. I'm gonna opt not to go up because we've found one on the edge of the map. So here we go. This will be Beyond Z, and we avoid that somehow. And it's gonna be life getting away from that little area. So Chief, how do you see this start coming in? Very nicely done for the survivors to burn all as much time as possible.
Oh yeah, I mean Beyond's has put in a lovely little bit of like work there to be able to unzone himself, get the life make main. Unfortunately, taking a tag under just immediately after that. But I do want to mention this is obviously Revolution playing the killer from Nyx. They are playing against Ancestor. I'm not too sure. Oh my word, Summerwind just caught completely out of position in this chase. We might even be able to switch off that, but we're not. We've got some elevation from the skulls, dodging it. But to no avail, Hasso, that is the first down rather quickly, and another free tag.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be pain res here, so this is going to be very nice. Now, keep in mind, we are running the Devour Hope, so this perk will be coming in clutch very nicely, Chief. And to be completely honest, Deadlock on the build, I think this is the first time we've seen Deadlock all season. So
It
this will
definitely
be,
is, Hasso.
yeah, so this will be some really interesting gameplay right here. Obviously got a bit of Devour there to slow the survivors down when you get the stacks, so overall, it is looking pretty nice. We are getting the elevation here. Do not get the hit, but this has been very nicely done. In Revolution, we do win the 50 here now. Playing this very nicely, breaking the power finally now. This is honestly, you don't want to keep it for too long. You want to go back. We're opting not to go back. We're just going to send it, and that is what we are going to do. So we do get our first stack of Devour in the background. Ruin is there into the build, so that'll be a passive slowdown until it has been cleansed. So overall, Chief, it's been very nicely done from the survivors. They are burning a lot of time here, which is really, really good. And now, still not going down, and we're going to make the pallet. Oh my goodness, so we are playing with fire now. That is diabolical to make that pallet. I don't know how we've done that. Now, Chief, how do you see this one going? This has been a very long chase.
Oh yeah, definitely has. So I do want to point out, obviously, we are opting to play for another fresh hook here because we do have a lot of resources that allow us to just sort of split the pressure. We obviously have Devour, and we did get that first stack. We have Deadlock, which just means we're disrupting the gens as much as possible. You can't just, triple split for a good chase or whatever. You have Ruin, so if you ever go to a gen, you're not going to be able to stick it, and it's going to regress in the background. A very good build for the playstyle Revolution is definitely aiming for here to be able to achieve, honestly, probably a pretty shock result, right? You can imagine with a build like this, Revolution is really aiming to get that 4K, which isn't something you should be expecting on this killer on this map, but just catching Dagestan out there, getting the skulls and forcing him to play this tile yet again, this could be a cheeky little 2-tap Hassa.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we are going to have to play this for as long as possible, and it will be a team now. Keep in mind, pain res is still there. It's a fresh survivor, so plenty of value to be taken out of this one. There goes the next generator, and there goes the double. This will be a triple reset here onto these 3 survivors. So they're actually in a fairly nice spot, to be completely honest. That's gonna. I'm not too sure if they have any other gen progress. If that's the case, the ruin would be clocking down. But to be completely honest with you, Chief, I think Revolution isn't in a terrible spot. He obviously needs to get these Devour stacks going nice and fast, because as soon as survivors have to stop doing generators to cleanse the Devour, that's when it starts to get problems for the Survivor team. And we do have a little bit of progress here. So obviously, you know, Revolution playing this one. He's playing passive aggressive, you know, not space camping or proxy camping. He just wants to get those Devour stacks, and that is probably the right play. Obviously, we are now spotting a fair few survivors now. This will be another fresh survivor. If I'm not, no, this is beyond. So this is a first stage survivor. And there comes the light. So we're just gonna make the window, and we double vault it. We triple vault it. Now hold on a minute. This has been very nicely done, and we just send it again. So this is again burning time. This is the key to winning games. If you can burn as much time as possible. They might not be able until second stage. They could go second here. No, they do get the unhook very nicely done, and that'll be another stack of Devour to play. So we're gonna want to get this down nice and fast as possible, or it could be complete problems, Chief.
Yeah, so I agree. Obviously, that second stack of Devour is about to hit like a truck after this. Sorry, the third stack after this unhook is about to hit like a truck. I cannot tell you how shocked Ancestor are gonna be, because Devour is so unexpected, and even more so. Totems on this map, so I don't know if you've spotted exactly where they are, but you have one all the way edge 1 and all the way edge 7. They are in such hidden spots. It is going to be so hard for these survivors to find these totems, because, and there's the third stack of Devour Hassa, we could be seeing someone just get completely caught out with this. This is going to be problems right now. And it will really just come down to how the survivors react, because it's, like I said, definitely going to be a shock, but like, what do they do? What are they going to decide to do after seeing this?
Yeah, I mean, that is the question. I mean, when they see this Devour as the play, that's when it'll be questions. They'll probably think they'll get away with it here, but bang, there we go. There comes the, I was about to say Noah, but there goes the Devour. So this is going to be a real problems team. So I tell you what, Revolution is in a nice spot. Like I said earlier, for anyone just joining us, if you have a perk like this where survivors have to stop generators and go out of their way to serve, that is where it's problems. So this is, you know, very nice from Revolution. We've got 4 stages with 3 generators remaining. Obviously, Liberty is still up, Deadlock is still up. Well, Deadlock's always up. I don't know what I'm saying, but no, I think he's in a really nice situation, and he's still got 2 pain resistors to work with, Chief, and I think that is something that is going to help him out a ton within the next few minutes, especially.
Another one has oh no, it's getting problematic for Ancestor. This is really bad, Hasso. If they unhook now, that's a 4th stack of Devour, and I guarantee you they have no idea where this totem is. Summer Wind unhook, right? At this point, Revolution is in such a bit of a cheeky play from Adam there. I would not be risking that just sitting in the face of a killer with 4 stacks of Devour like that. But the problem right now is, Hasso, if we go for this unhook on Summer Wind, we do 50 Devour in hand. If space goes down here, he's not going to be in the trial for very much longer after that. You know, this is a Moriable survivor. 5 stacks of Devour, obviously meaning that you can just get an immediate kill no matter hook stages. And Mage Hand in hand to be able to play around Shaq has to double vault. The window is blocked, and Revolution just catching himself out, not counting the vaults. I mean, I'm honestly so lost for words at this point. Like, everything is just going perfect for Revolution. The decision to split the tunnel and get 2 survivors death hook to get as much like value out of Devour into this like fresh hook death. I don't know what to tell you.
Bang! This is incredible right here. That is 3 stages instantly. They are doubling this gen out, and hold on! They do get a couple gens done for this chase. What a beautiful chase, to be honest, with you, Chief. That is to burn time like that against the killer that is literally going to Mori. And there we go, there's the dead body. So That is incredible value though from one singular perk. Too many stages from one single perk. It's incredible. You talk about some certain perks, certain combos being strong, but they were being fat shamed. But certain perks, certain combos being too strong. I mean, a perk like Devour, if you get really nice totem spawns, it is damn good. So we're just gonna send the skulls, and we do get
Oh
it down.
my
Oh my
God.
goodness! Across this other side of the dock, very nicely done there. From Revolution, incredible skulls. So I couldn't have
Another
put that.
dead survivor, Hassa.
Another dead one, Chief.
So the problem is right now. Also, I did want to point out a little earlier. I didn't get to find the opportunity to say this, but Revolution's gens. He conceded the gen at main. He did concede the gen at 8. We do see another popping in the background. That was that mid gen that we knew was high progress, as we did take the chase at main. But the gens that Revolution had to work with this game, which is pretty typical on Grim, I must say, is a lot of gens bottom. But he had 2 gens 6. He had 1 5. He had 1 3. He had 2 gens 8. And then he had main. Gens like this basically always guarantee that at one point or another, you're gonna have a 4-gen to defend. And even right now, right, he doesn't exactly have a 3-gen, but these gens are not the furthest possible away they could be, and they're in a pretty straight line, which for a killer that can fly, like Vecna, just unlucky winning that 50, losing that 50 on the side of Revolution beyond playing a little nice with what honestly should be a pretty unimpactful chase. I think this game is just going to end with a 4K1 Hassa. Another death on the board. Someone wins, nothing left to do, right? These gens are 0. I don't know how we recover this Hassa.
Yeah, I mean, that is going to be it. That'll be the 4K1. I mean, very nicely done, to be completely honest. Just you know, just I don't know, just having a bit of fun. But nah, I mean, that is very nicely done. There is no doubt in my mind that Revolution would be wrapped with the amount of value he got, because to be honest, Chief, it did start to look a little bit dire until those stacks came in. And until you pointed out to me where those totem locations were, I had no idea. And they are some pretty fucked spawns. So very nicely done on the side of Revolution, just putting in a good amount of work and effort there. So we aren't gonna find a survivor instantly. Doesn't really matter, but yeah, Chief, it's we've gone all the way to the edge of the map. We're gonna be caught out here. No, we're not. No, we're not. So hide and seek game. Here we go. We'll be found here. So looking around.
Revolution,
there we go.
There we go.
So yeah, I mean, very nicely done, Chief. Incredible result on the side of Revolution.
Absolutely, Hasso. I mean, like, Revolution has done exactly what he needed to with his build. It was definitely not the most traditional gameplay that we could see from a set like this. You know, you normally bring the pain res, the corrupt, the eruption, maybe BAM if you need it. I'm not too sure you need it on a map like this. You can afford to bring something like Pop instead, just that little bit extra slowdown. Pretty standard build. Seeing Devour Deadlock Ruin in a situation like this, in such an important match, is, to put it, no, like, there's no other way to put it, it's ballsy. And Revolution has just stepped up. Revolution has secured a result that is well above what you said you expected heading into this match, and is definitely well above what I was expecting personally as well, because this map is so strong for the survivors. Despite what I was saying earlier about the gen spawns, right? You can have those insane gens bottom. You have so many things to work with as a survivor player on this map, and you just have main building alone is incredibly strong. Beyond that, you have a bunch of really strong pallets that can spawn anywhere across the map. You have good gyms that can spawn in multiple positions. You have shack, you have docks. It's really easy for you to just take your distance, make a strong resource, take a good tag to the next strong resource, and have a good chase and see gens pop for that. So to be able to apply the pressure that Revolution did with his perks so efficiently by, like I said, splitting the tunnel, getting Max Devour, and then immediately killing a Fresh Hook survivor is, like, ballsy, yes, but also played perfectly with exactly what he'd intended to do.
Yeah, very nicely said. I mean, this is going to be very difficult. On the other side of the table here, I think, you know, to be completely honest with you, I think to see Revolution put a result in like that, it says something. So we'll take a short intermission, and we'll be back very shortly with I assume Summer Wind on the Killer.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Div 2. We have the second half of our Lich set. Revolution just managed to secure a 4K1 with what may be the most beautiful use of Devour we have seen in not only Div 2, but in recent history in OSL. Hasso, you're still here. Glad you
Yep.
are. Welcome back. Firstly,
Yeah.
what did you think of what we just saw? But also, do you think, I believe it's Mud, do you think he's going to be able to replicate the result?
Oh, replicate the result. I mean, it's a very difficult result. A 4K2 to win, I believe. That's not easy. On a killer like this, to be completely honest with you, I think it'll be very tough. I think it'll push them to the very limits. And honestly, Chief, I think we'll see that. You know, hopefully we don't get too nervous loading into this game, but overall we do load up now. We do have a stock standard OP Gen Regression build. Your Pop Eruption, Pain Res, Corrupt. Now, Chief, what are your thoughts on this build? Do you think this is a play when you got to win a situation like this?
I mean, look, Hasso, I definitely think it's a safe build. It's the build that you expect to see, and it's the build that you realistically, quote unquote, should bring, right? Revolution has done something completely out of pocket. Speaking of Revolution, it's just been completely caught off guard, but it's Sprint Burst to save him from the free tag. But none the matter, Flight just to be able to catch up might get this tag immediately, but Revolution does take a good tag to main, and this chase will ensue on the main building. Like I said earlier, Hasso, a very strong resource. This chase alone, just from making it here, could be a minute to 2 minutes long. But head on as well. Oh my word. Okay, exactly what you need for a long chase, and we might even just be switching Hasso. No, we are.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a push, Chief. This needs to be a fast down to come back from this. You need a fast down, a very fast down, and we avoid the skulls. So we do double vault this now. This arena is Revolution, so Revolution, we know he juices a lot, wins the 50 here. Now he's playing this very nicely and he sends it away. Now I'm not too sure if he makes anything here. He doesn't. He won't even make the pallet, but very nicely done, dying in those corrupted gens. So that's a nice chase, Chief, but proof that is Pain Res and it's on the hill. So that is unfortunate on the side of the survivors for the spawn there, but you know, they just need to pop 5 gens. That is their goal. Pop 5 generators, and I'm sure they've got something in the mind.
I mean, talking of generators, Hasso, have you noticed this gen split? Oh my word. Once again, the Grim Pantry Gen RNG may just be the reason that we see a 4K2. I want to flash back, I think it was about 2 weeks ago now, to the 4K2 that me and Jarms casted, where Master Dylan was able, with this build, in similar gens like this, with a similar hill hook in this spot mid-8, was able to get a 4K2. Now,
Wow.
am I getting some deja vu? I must say I am. Because, I mean, with the position, obviously we're definitely going to lose main. It is so hard to hold that main gen, but we do catch Ace just completely out of position here. Just right next to the hook. Definitely probably the person who was setting up for that save, Hasso, but he's just not going to be able to do much and is forced away and loses a resource in the turn. But sorry, back to my original point here is that this really disgusting 4-gen. If Revolution is held on this hook to second and another down comes in the meantime, it could be really, really big problems for our survivors.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, Chief. I think you said it perfectly. The gens, and we have caught a survivor off guard here now. Keep in mind that unhook will probably be coming in shortly, but that is going to be eruption onto that gen now. You know, I think, you know, this killer's playing very nicely, but I think it really will come down to, you know, how efficient they are with their gens. It's going to be, there's your next gen popping, so you just need to pop 3 more generators. But Chief, they are some, I mean, having a hook right there, you need to get that unhook and send it away, send yourself as far away from the gens as possible, because so far it's starting to look a little bit dire. Now 1 gen can pop for it to be a tie, but I'm sure these survivors will want more than just that. Now, they are going to miss the skulls. Oh, no. Unfortunate.
But we do hit
there.
B2.
Yes, that will be a nice little, escape there. I'm not sure if that was balanced. I think it was, but yeah, that'll be our next down to the mayor. So, honestly, Chief, not terrible so far. These survivors are getting a bit. And there's the FTP in the background. So hold on a minute. What have
Revolution?
we just seen?
Hello? Earth to Revolution. I think we might have not realized that the killer... So what's happened there, chat, is that I think Ma has gotten a little lost, expecting Revolution to obviously go top main, and it's why he's flown up there. And Revolution, because of that misplay, has been a little bamboozled and has figured that the killer is leaving him, and that has cost him his life. But this Gen 6 is going to pop! We are at the tie condition, but there are big problems indeed, because what we didn't see earlier, but obviously you pointed out, was the FTP. Now that FTP wasn't to save Revolution, it was to pick Maya off the ground. So now we have an injured and broken survivor in the game. We have another survivor as well, who's injured somewhere else. These are someone scratch marks, and it has to be someone that's injured, because we know that the ace is stuck on the 5 side of the map.
Yeah, I mean... Problems team, indeed. Very nice gens, just going back and forth, sort of what you got to do now. The survivors here, considering, it's been in the game for a while, but considering you are limited to how many times you can hit a generator, Chief, I think their best bet is to really pressure the gens, get off, and force him to, Oh no, we've given away a tag. Hold on a second. We do win. We lose a 50, so that'll be a rupture on both gens. But I think your best bet, Chief, is to probably just... honestly, just force the amount of hits on a gen that you can. This is going to try and be dragged back near those gens, which it will be towards Shaq, but to be completely honest, yeah, I think they need to pressure gens and just hope that eventually, it obviously will happen eventually, but if they can do enough pressuring without giving away free tags and going down, they will run out of hits on the gen eventually, sorry. So yeah. Well, what are your thoughts up to now, Chief? What do you think of this situation?
I mean, you're definitely right, Hasso. With a tight 3 gen like this, with Eruption in the game, with Pop as well, and 3 stacks of Pain Res, Ma has a lot of regression left. There is so many things that will stop these generators from popping if these chases do not last, and we may just be seeing another quick down. We're not going to. We're just getting a little too greedy on the side of Ma, entering the pallet, trying to get the body block, but just getting stunned in the meantime. As we do see another survivor just sitting this gen. I believe it is Maya. It is. Just gonna have to play some 50s. We have lost the 50. That is a bit unfortunate. But I mean, look, another down here, especially in the spot we are now, so close. These skulls may do just enough. They're not, but they do effectively move the survivor into a position where they're guaranteed an M1 hit. Slugging, I think we might try to capitalize right here, right now, and end it, as we do not see anybody on the gen. So maybe a bit ambitious, just a little bit worried about the gen progress. I think we probably could have picked their Hasso. I think we could have gone for a Pain Res. We know we have a few close by. Would have been able to stop this gen 7 from... having as much progress it does, starting regression. But we are just going to take this chase onto Hermes, as we do see L'Oreal getting the pick in the background, the Mage Hand just buying us enough time to get that tag around Shaq for free. And we can just commit this, we know that the survivor has gone for the pick, meaning we just have a little bit more time. They might even be resetting. I'm not too sure what's going on right now. They are resetting, because they don't have enough gen pressure to double. So another down here could be problems, because we just get the hook right inside those gens. We get another proc of Eruption onto those gens. We get potentially a Pain Res as well.
Yeah, oh, we've missed on. We've opted to go the other way. I mean, fair enough if there's a pallet there, but unfortunate that we don't get there. Now, honestly, Chief, looking like a 4K1, mate. I mean, it's looking... Oh, they don't have the gem pressure they need. Obviously, it doesn't help considering they've had to reset, so they don't give away any free downs. But in a situation like this, you sort of have to play passive aggressive and force, aggravate chase to be taken to a certain location on the map, or even just aggravate generators and pressure gens. Obviously, that is your best bet. Force them to hit the gens as many times as possible. That'll be pop coming in the background. So far, a lot of value has been given. We are going to go straight back to the survivor here now. Honestly, not too sure. We're gonna have a look around. No one has been found, so it's tough to see, Chief, because the result could be anything really. I mean, there's a couple gens pumping, but this unhook has to come in eventually, or they just have to let them sit second, and they need to get generators working in the background because it does not seem like there's much being done aside from this one gen over here. So, Chief, in a situation like this, what do you think the survivors should do?
I mean, look, Hasso, me and John had this conversation last night. For those who weren't there, obviously, we had an Oni game which went on for. We get the unhook as soon as they go second. Oh no. Okay, so this is potentially the only, and we give away a free tag as well, vaulting directly into the killer. Hasso, I think this might have been objectively the worst thing to let happen. We've not only let Hermes go second on hook and then immediately unhook them in the face of the killer, but we've given a free tag in the process as well, and now we're gonna be dead inside of the 3-gen. Pain res in hand, hill hook up and ready. I think single-handedly that decision to unhook when we did and path the way we did out of Shack is the reason we will be getting 4K1s here. I don't see how this is recoverable anymore. You can just kill somebody now. It's like there are 2 survivors who are dead if they get hit once, because they cannot be reset if they want to pop these gens. You just do not have the time. Lorraine will die on hook if we play slowly. Meaning in the 2v1, with gens this close, with another pain res in the center, you can't do it. They just don't have enough pressure. What I will say though, is the way the survivors should have played this Hasso is like the way we saw the survivors last night playing against Oni. Obviously, that match was 33 minutes long, and not every team can deal with a test of endurance like that. But what you need to be doing is trying to have all 3 survivors, if those skulls had hit, my word, but you need to have the 3 survivors splitting the 3 gens, all healthy, and taking as much distance as possible as soon as the killer gets close. Obviously, in a situation where the gens are this close, that is easier said than done. But it's the exact way you need to play this, and when you get put in a situation like this, 2 injured survivors, someone on hook, the gens this close, the hook right in the middle, the game's over. The game's over, Hasso.
Yeah. I mean, what can you do, really, Chief? It is a very unfortunate. But to be completely honest, you said it last game. Gens on this map, it can be very killer-sided. This is a survivor-side sort of map, but point being that the gens that you get have clearly shown. No, with okay. For a second, I thought we thought that we had the eye of Vector and teleported to another locker. So, we are just gonna grab that survivor out, which will be Mayor and Slug. So a 4K1 result, Chief. Now, you gotta put it in a way. You gotta say it out loud to really imagine it. A 4K1 on the Vecna, back-to-back 4K1s on the Vecna from both sides. So that'll be the 4K1 coming into effect now. What an incredibly well done, well played, should I say, set from both teams. But wow, this is gonna come down to the wire. These next sets, and the next set especially, we'll push people to the limit. So, Chief, did you think, because I for sure thought it was very difficult to even tie this game, but what did you think, especially from a situation like this, after seeing the first 4K1, how did you imagine this game would go?
I mean, so I felt that, we both made it pretty clear at the start of this game. Neither of us were expecting another 4K. I don't think anyone should be expecting a 4K when you see a Vecna loading into Group Pantry. Right? It's not what you should be seeing. It's not what you expect. And, I mean, we've just seen 2 in a row, and we've tied Vecna. We have tied the set with 2 4K1s. Unbelievable. I must say, the killer display from both teams was incredible. They were honestly, once again, and I've said this a lot in these semifinals, but I truly believe it. This is where we're starting to see killer players and just players in general really step up and show that they are Division 1 quality. Revolution, with his decision to play the build he did, and then also the way he capitalized on that build, proved that he is a Division 1 caliber player. But then Mutt to be able to just like so concisely capitalize on the mistakes of Nyx's survivors is the exact same thing. He's just shown why he is a Division 1 caliber player. But I do think in saying that, Nyx's survivors made it pretty easy at times for Ma. I really do think this game was won and lost entirely by Nyx. As much as I hate to say it, because I truly believe Nyx were probably the favorites heading into the night hat, so I think that they were expected to win this game quite easily. And having the first set, which I think was their pick as well, not go their way, must be a shock to everybody, them included.
Yeah, I mean, how do you put it, Chief? It's not a 4K1 on Grim Pantry. I mean, it just on the Vecna, it doesn't sit with me right. Not that it doesn't, it obviously, not a map that has really been played. I don't think much in OSL or even really at all in OSL. To see a map like that and performances like we just saw, it puts you into, you sort of think, you know, how does that how does it work? How does one pull off such a a performance in such a difficult situation? Now you're under so much pressure. Now we saw Ma there, put on a performance. There's no doubt about that. Both Revolution and Ma did amazing. But the pressure comes in when you have a difficult Tycon, WinCon, and when you're set in a situation like that. To see that happen is very nice. So that'll be just, I reckon, enough. I think we'll take a quick intermission, Chief. Grab our breath, and grab a glass of water. So we will be back very shortly.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We've moved on from Lich. We had just seen two 4K1 results. So I'm still in shock about that. But before we get
Yeah.
there, I do need to introduce our next set. We are moving on to the Spirit. We are seeing Spirit on Dead Dog Saloon. Now, this is a very popular pick for a map. Once again, not an OCE. This is very, very unstandard in our region. We did see it in Premium Thai about 6 months ago, and I personally loved seeing it, but it's also a very popular EU pick, Hassa. Um, so do you have any impressions heading into this? Do you have any expectations?
Ah, gosh. I mean, it's a hard question, Chief, because the results that we've just seen and been given, I mean, what can you expect? You can expect anything. Who's to say? I've got bad memories, especially on this map against certain killers.
Mhm.
But no, I think anything is possible. Now we are running Pop, Eruption, Pain Res, probably the strongest build that you can on the Spirit. Now, considering we haven't located a survivor till now, we are finally going to go up and get them. I mean, how much time, do you think you should last in chase against this killer, Chief? Do you think it's... I know this killer is one where if you're not listening closely, it can be fatal. But I haven't really versed the Spirit. I don't really know. Is there a certain amount of time that you think should a chase last, especially against a killer like this?
Well, look, Hassa, the key to a Spirit chase isn't exactly about the length and duration of the chase. Obviously, it is important. It's always going to be important if you can just have a 2-minute chase and win a game off the back of that, right? But what becomes really, really impactful more than ever on this killer is the death spots. If you make it edge map, this killer is already slow. They are 4.4. They struggle to move when they don't have their power. So you can imagine if you're dying like all the way edge 8, edge 5, edge 11, you're hooking basically right there as well. So that's what becomes really Hello, Revolution. Just caught off position right here. Just middle of the street as the killer's walking right towards them. Summer Wind will enter the phase to follow him, and we've lost him entirely. We do make this vault off the back of that lovely stuff from Revolution in chase here, doing exactly what he needs to for the first chase of the game. Little cheeky with the flashlight, trying to do some nice little move. Oh my word, that connects. But first generator pops for the first tag hasso. I must say, that is exactly what you want to see. And you will notice now Revolution is actually dying mid-street. So not to my point earlier of making the death spot, but you know, a good attempt to get his jiggy on and make something. No one's here for the pallet save. We did see someone running in close by though, top mid. And this top mid pain res is beautiful, Hassa.
Yeah, I mean, there's some pretty good pain reses so far, in this trial, but I think one thing that you will have to, debuckle is there are so many different ways that Spirit players play. There's some that play really aggressive, passive aggressive, or gen defensive, and it really comes down to a certain amount of, knowledge as to locating which one a killer plays. This is sort of, locating how a play style is played on any killer, really, but, certain killers, and oh my goodness, the FTP comes in and the stun. So very nicely done from Maya there. Now this needs to burn as much time as possible. I don't think we don't get the phase because we run out, so Chief, you did say the one thing that's key. You need to get death spots. That is your best bet to surviving. Now, we are going to probably just send it away here. That'll probably be our best bet, and this is what we like. This will be very nice if we can last here. And, that is, it's better than the first down. That'll get us enough time. I think we will get dragged towards middle still, yeah, so we will. But overall, Chief, the survivors are doing pretty damn well considering where the pain reses are and how didn't come that one, but overall, where the pain reses are, with the situation they're in.
Yeah, I agree, Hassa. Look, It's really problematic for Summerind right now. He's lost 2 generators. He's also, I want to point out the generators very quickly. He had a 4-gen bottom, but of the gens that can spawn on DDS, he had the worst possible 4-gen. He had bot mid, sort of like 6 leaning towards 7. He had Gallows and he had deep 5. You can have a really tight 3-gen on the Gallows side, 7-8 Gallows or 7-9 Gallows. You can have 6-7-8. You can have like really close 6 to the street and then 5. He basically got really bad gen RNG, which is a little unfortunate, but at the end of the day, it's kind of a much of a muchness. And also, he could have had a 4-gen top, I will say, but he didn't get that either, obviously. So, as soon as he lost that first gen, which I think was a gen over on the 2 side, I also went, we've missed the dead hard, unlucky. This is the second down onto Maya, but Main, oh my god, Main and Gallows, we are actually split. 2 gens are going to pop 3 hooks in the trial. This was going to be my point that I was wrapping around to eventually, is that we lost our tunnel out. We've lost 4 generators because the split was so nice for us. We had a 4-3 split, but the 4 wasn't that easy to hold. So, this game has gone we might have just bought Revolution out there. When we haven't, but we've kicked the gen. Do we spend time looking? We know we can't actually. Summerwind is just having to leave this. He needs to find a fresh hook. Actually, is this a bit of bait? It is a bit of bait. We've just looked for him, and unfortunately, given Maya all the distance into main, Revolution is doing as much as he can to prevent a tag. SB in hand isn't going to get tagged all 5, makes it all the way across to 6. But Ace is here?
Yeah, I mean...
Hello.
Yeah, not too sure what the play was there. I mean, don't get the crack.
Oh my
we get
word.
hit through the pallet. What a lunge that was. Now, Survivors, I haven't seen their gens. I mean, they don't have terrible gens. I mean, it definitely could be nice if they were split a different way. But overall, it's rough because you can always just go up and down on this killer, especially Chief. It's sort of like a straight line, this map, obviously, with the street, so you can just go up and down one way. It's one lane, basically. And, you know, you think about it, the gens, they're not terrible, but they aren't definitely, you know, the best, but still very doable for the Survivors, there is no doubt about that. Just die death spots, like you said, really. If you die death spots against a killer that is 4.4, I believe, it's a lot easier to, you know, considering there's no agitation on this build, I think it's a lot easier, Chief, and I think we will see a lot of, you know, and we do stealth, so we are going to be found here now. Make the death spot, brother. That's all you've got to do. If you can make the death spot, how easy a game can change into your favor is incredible. So we are going to opt to chase our next survivor, 13Y. So, you know, Chief, what are your thoughts so far? Oh my goodness, very nicely done.
Yeah, I mean, look, it is really looking dire for Summerwind at this point. This gen split, although you were pointing out it could be a bit better, the issue with gen split this far away on Spirit, obviously being 2 and 5, is that your main source of lethality, your phase, is also your traversal. And you don't get it back all that quickly. If you use a full phase to traverse the map, you effectively have a good, like, 10-ish seconds of downtime as Revolution gets caught out edge map. It's going to take a dag, and if we can use our phase right now to catch up very quickly. Oh my word, we've just decided to stay. We've been 2-tapped. This is shocking, to say the least. But also very problematic, you know. This is a survivor who already has a hook state, so this could be a death if we do unhook him quickly and is unable to last. But actually, scrap that. Have to look at this gen 2. The progress is worrying. It might just pop. Surely we stick this. We're not going to get there in time. It pops in our face. Mayor takes a tag. I mean, at this point, someone has to just play for his best result, right? He needs to commit 13 fresh and get these extra 3 stages as fast as he can. And, I mean, I don't even know if he's going to be able to do that, Hasso. He's having to chase Main, and Main is just such a strong resource, even against the Spirit with her passive. With her phasing. We do get the tag there beautifully. So now it will just come down to what the rest of the survivors are doing. Surely one of us has hopped on a gate, you know, maybe even Lorelle's here to take the protection hit for 13, get that fresh out the door. And the gate's open. Maya's gonna take the down. This is saving 3 whole stages.
There might be both.
Actually,
they're both out. Oh my goodness, you are kidding. That is an
And the other
incredible
gate's
play.
open.
You are kidding. That is very, very nicely done, Chief. That
Oh,
is what,
so
5 stages,
5,
3 fresh.
3.
So wow, what a performance there from the Survivors, Chief. I think they'd be pretty bloody happy with that performance, to be completely honest. And you got to think about it. Spirit is you have to have good synergy within your team. You need to be able to listen to what your teammates are saying, but when they need to be quiet, they are quiet. That is what you need, because you need to be able to listen. Now, obviously not too sure if Revolution was playing with one headphone just then before, but it seemed like he was walking into a couple of phases here and there. But no, overall he did really well. So did the team there. A great performance. There is no doubt about that, Chief.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, look, as much as it was interesting to watch Revolution get caught out 5 and get very quickly down in the same position on that Z-wall, he kind of was already in a position where all he needed to do was run in a straight line and the gen was going to pop. Even if he didn't in that situation, right? He kind of got a bit flustered, a bit lost, and just tried to jiggy, think he thought the spirit was going to phase and he could just last a little bit longer on the Z-wall by getting some walking in and then back to it. But I mean, the gen popped anyways, which is it's testament to how efficient Nyx can be at times. Despite the fact we did just see them make a small blunder on the side of Revolution there, and obviously the Lich set was a fair few on their behalf as well. It just goes to show that, like, in sets like this that still are heavily reliant on your synergy and your communication, they have what it takes. I mean, they've just put up 5 stages against the Spirit. Granted, DDS is definitely a map where you can do it. This is a map for Spirit where you can expect those lower results. You know, you're very, very capable of getting ran, unfortunately, because there are so many resources that are just so difficult to play around. I mean, main building alone, once again, similar to Grim, is just a resource that can be so tiresome to play against on any killer, let alone, the lower tiers, but even a higher tier like Spirit.
Yeah, absolutely. Now there are, certain. What do we have next up? Is it Blight? I think
We
it's
will have
Blight.
Blight after this, yes.
Yep. So, I tell you what, Chief, we have got some really nice games in for us. We still have the Spirit set to be played out with Nyx on the killer, but yeah, I think we'll take a very quick intermission. This one will be fairly short, and we'll get back with you guys right away.
And welcome back, everybody. We are still on the Spirit DDS. We have just seen Summerwind pick up 5 stages and 3 fresh for Ancestor, and now we will see if Revolution can match it. Hasso, I must say, I'm
Yeah.
expecting it might be pretty easy for Revolution.
Yeah. I mean, 5-3. Just literally shouldn't be hard. It's 6-3. Overall, Chief, I think those survivors played almost near perfection. The last round, I think they were just really playing well, and I think we will see this in this game now. We'll see how the killer side now performs. You see Ancestor, Ancestor, lock in here for the survivor side now. Chief, I don't know if you spotted it. I for sure did. We are running Rapid Brutality on the Spirit. What are your thoughts on that one?
That is definitely unexpected, Hasso. It's also over Eruption instead of Pop. We've decided to keep Pop, and we spotted the Survivor 1. We got a little bit lost with the footsteps. This is Dagestan just taking a tag all the way down to 2. He's probably not going to make much distance off of this because we do have nearly a full phase in hand. Just have to send it towards 4. Unfortunately, I will point out, Hasso, the Corrupt for the Survivors is really, really unfortunate. Actually, a very beautiful Jiggy there, and we do see Revolution is just a bit lost. We've got Dance With Me, Quicken, Quiet, Lithe. Oh my word, Dagestan has managed to get a Vault, get that Lithe, and disappear. Revolution has immediately lost his first chase, but Jake has run into him. So that's a little bit more fortunate on the side of Revolution, and we do now have to play this Edge 8 filler. We should most certainly be getting a tag here, just zone breaking. This will be a tag coming in shortly, but one tag, one generator, once again, Hasso. A similar start to what we just saw.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna really be dependent here on what?
Incredible read.
Oh my goodness. I mean, Revolution is clearly built on another planet. I mean, there's no doubt about that, but very nicely done. Don't know how that works, but yeah, I mean, Chief, like you said, I really don't know, to be completely honest, about the no eruption on this build. Now, I think that could be crucial. Even if the win con is, easier than expected, I think that's still... I feel like Pop is strong, but Eruption is just the perk to go with. But, we'll see how we go as we've got Meg running towards the top of main here. Now, we are going to commit this, it looks like. Yes, we will be indeed, and this will come down to, how far we can get. And like you said last game, Chief, death spots, that is key. If you can make death spots, it is pretty plain and simple. It is very easy to get generators popping in the background. Now, we are going to have to play this for our life here. We are going to have to hopefully win a 50 here. Now, I'm not too sure how this is going to be played. And we do drop down eventually, which is the ace. Now, we are going to make this pallet, it does look like now. We greet it. We win the 50, so very nicely done. Now, Chief, how fast, I guess, do these... oh, I thought that was Lithe for a second. How do these survivors, in a situation where the wall is backed against them, or they're backed against the wall, how do they play it out? Oh my goodness, just a beautiful read. How do they play it out in a situation like this, where they've got a little bit of gem progress, but how do they really, if they want to win this game, how do they play it? Is it aggressive, or how do they have to play it nice and slow?
I mean, look, Hasso, I have to be entirely honest. Ancestor's survivors are doing exactly what they need to right now. Now, what I wanted to point out initially is that they did have the 4-gen top that I alluded to previously, a very nice little 4-gen for Revolution, but we immediately popped main for that first down, which is disrupting that 4-gen, sure, but is normally a gen you like to leave a little bit later because it's so safe, and we do get pop on this Gen 5. That is our most progressed gen, just being stalled out a little bit longer. We do have the Hook 12, a Survivor here 4. We did know that someone else was on a gen. I believe they've just gone off and have probably rotated for that pull. Aether does have second wind off that unhook as well, and we might just commit Olympus here. No, we are opting to go back now. I'm not too sure about. Actually, we're just going to follow him around a bit longer through main. We have just so much to work with here, Hassa. This is the problem with main building, like I was saying earlier. It's such a strong resource and chases that go here. Oh my god.
Oh.
Revolution with these reads has been incredible, Hassa.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, look at the man. He's putting a bloody performance on. Unfortunately, he does not get the swing off there, but, I mean, who's to say Rapid isn't coming in with value? Because it does seem like he is getting some nice value here, and he's going to make this next little filler here. So, there's a couple gens now. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on a second. If this survivor dies, it will be 4-2. Now, keep in mind, win con for the killer is 6-3, I think it is, Chief. Now, basically
6-2 Hassa.
6-2 even, sorry.
Yeah, 6 stages in anyway.
Yeah, so this is going to be, I mean, it's going to be close. There's one generator remaining. I'm not too sure what their gen split is looking like. It's actually
12,
pretty nice.
He's got 12 gallows and 8, which are just like, they're so split. And what's beautiful about the way the chases have gone, right? We've seen a lot of chases towards main. So a lot of the resources down towards 8, which is normally where you do have a lot of deaths go if you have a 4-gen top. But there are so many resources there, and when you have a gen down there, oh my god, a beautiful read onto Aether, just getting that tag through the pallet. Now, we do see Olympus getting unhooked in the background, and we are choosing to commit Aether. But the problem with this is that this is dead hard. If we just catch him out at the right time, but aren't able to get the down because of dead hard, it could prove to be very, very costly. I would assume Summerwind is back on a gen. Olympus is not being reset unless he is. I'm not too sure. But there is a high chance they are doubling 8. They were tripling 8. Very good read from Revolution to leave there. Because if they had just tripled that gen out for the next 20 seconds, it was going to pop, and that was most definitely the win on the side of Ancestor. This is really going to come down to the wire, Hassa.
Yeah, I mean, it is, Chief. There is no doubt in my mind. Now, keep in mind, you have to realise that nice little stun there coming in from the Fang there. So I think what you have to do if you're on the survivors now, as we play a very nice vault there, is you have to play this perfectly.
He's going to lose him again, Hassa. It's life, quick, quiet dance. He's going to lose him again. And we're doubling 12, and it's so high progress, Hassa. This is going to pop. I mean, he's going to check it now, but the issue is 8's also so high progress, we can just get right back on that doubling. Look, where Summerwind is already back on that gen. One of these is inevitably going to pop.
And Chief, keep in mind, even if you get it down, there's no eruption. So what can you do? I mean, you obviously have to... Oh, my goodness. This man is a freak on the... I don't even know what he's playing, obviously, keyboard, but wow. This is incredible.
If Aether dies on hook, it's 5-2. Ancestor will take the win. They just need to get every other survivor out the door. But we do see Olympus going for the save, which, honestly, is a play that they can make, as we are looking for one of these fresh hooks 8. We do have a gate here. If someone is found in this position, it could be problems. It would be problems, actually. It would secure the tie. We would need to get every stage out the door from this position. It is crucial that Summerwind and Dagestan stealth out Revolution as he's checking this edge 8. Because if they are found and they are down, we will be having another tie. Potentially, oh my god, but we do have our exhaustions up. We're gonna make the gate. Ancestor have done it. Ancestor have done it. We have 2 healthy survivors fresh. Anyone else can die. Olympus and Aether, who are already at the gate, could have been anywhere. They could be dead, and they would have won the set. Our fresh hooks are out. That's 4-2.
Oh my... I don't know what to say, Chief. I don't know what to say. That is an incredible bloody performance on the side of Ancestor. Now, to anyone that doesn't know, Ancestor came in, Chief... You know, they came into this tournament last minute. They obviously had a play-in match against Team Severance, if I'm not mistaken. So they you know, they've put on a bloody damn good performance to get to where they are. So there is no doubt. And, you know, we're now going to the Blight. Now, before we go to an intermission, Chief, any thoughts or predictions? What are you thinking on this one?
So I do actually have quite a bit to say. I think we might be able to carry us through as we do get the lobby set up in the background. Blight is obviously Revolution's best killer, so I wouldn't be too worried about them being able to take this set. But I think Revolution again might have just made a little bit of a misplay. We saw him decide to leave his tunnel out. Yet again, this is the second time we saw in this spirit set that a tunnel out was not secured. I don't understand why. I truly think
Yeah.
that this is like it has been the point, like the turning point has decided we weren't able to get above 6 stages because as soon as you have a 3v1 scenario, you have maybe like an injure in the 3v1. Even if your gens are relatively split, you can get more than six because at that point when someone's dead, all you have to do is camp somebody on hook. It's a win con that is
Yeah.
doable once you secure that tunnel out. But I mean, Revolution, I think he's just got a bit panicky. As soon as he's had that chase that's lasted a bit too long, we've gotten down to the one Jenna remaining with four survivors alive. I think he's just panicked because their progress was just unbelievable, Hassa.
Yeah, I mean, there is no doubt. And, oh, Chief, how do you put it? I mean, it is going to be, it's going to come down to the wire. Now, each to their own. Evolution, Summer Wind facing off on the Blight. Um, Wow, I tell you what, this will be an entertaining one, Chief. There is no doubt in my mind. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but Summer Wind the whole season, and same for Revolution. But when we've seen Summer Wind on the Blight, it is scary how good they are. Now, it is definitely one to take in that Revolution is incredible on the Blight as well. So you're gonna have to put two and two together because they're honestly, Chief, this could be anyone's game. It is honestly, if I'm picking a side, I can't pick one. It's a 50-50 in my opinion. I think it's genuinely going to come down, especially from the results that we've seen today. I think that it will be a 50-50 and that'll really prove in this Blight set. So we'll be loading in very shortly. But yeah, I think overall, Chief, I'm really excited for this one. There is no doubt, and I think you look at both sides here: the Survivor side for Ancestor, and the Survivor side for Nyx. They match up pretty damn well. So this will be a for the tipping. I think people it was very sided to Nyx, but I tell you what, for the side of Ancestor to put on what they've done so far. This is going to come down right to the wire, and I genuinely think we could see even another possible. I think we could see a tie on this set, especially on the Blight. So, Chief, do you have any predictions? Any thoughts on what stages might Revolution get?
I mean, look, we we had mentioned previously that I think Revolution's strongest killer is the Blight. We've seen him pull out very impressive results, not only in Div 2 this season, but in Div 1 previously. Season 4, this was a killer that his team Rebirth, which is Nyx now, were very, very popular for picking. They picked it against the likes of Too Savage. They picked it against Evolution. They picked it against Bleed Out, and they played it basically every week that they could. They were incredible on this set. They consistently have gotten results that are above the expected and have performed. They've won every Blight set that they've played in Div 2. But I have to say, I think Nyx tonight have looked really out of character. I'm a little worried because Hasso, I want to point out, we obviously in the Discord, if you guys aren't aware, we have VIP tipping. And if you aren't a VIP, when we return to Twitch, make sure you tune in every week. Get those channel points up to 40k and you become a Discord VIP. You can redeem that. Get involved with the VIP tipping. We have a little bit of extra prizes if you do get involved and you do end up winning that. But with the VIP tipping for Division 2, currently, for Revolution and Nyx to win tonight, it has been like 85% in favor of Nyx for every set. But on Blight specifically, it is like a 95% in their favor. It is so clear in the eyes of our community and in my eyes as well. I want to point out, I fully believed going into this game that if we saw Blight, it would be Revolution putting on a display like nobody else can in Division 2. But
Yeah.
I'm really worried because Revolution in that Spirit game looked a little nervous on his Survivor performances both times. He's looked nervous. Are the nerves going to get to him, Hasso?
It's a tough one. It is a tough one, Chief. But anything could happen. The nerves could get to him, and that is where problems start to settle in. Now, keep in mind the whole night, should I say? It's not daytime, it's nighttime. The whole night, uh, it has been a battle that has been very close on both sides. Both teams have made, some really great plays. Some that have may have cost them a down, but overall, I feel like they are almost, leveled at the exact same, area. For how they're playing, I think they've played very nicely. But I think overall, Chief, it's just gonna be close. You know, I think overall, 50%, 50%. That's how I see it. It's going to be close. This set, especially, there is no doubt in my mind that I think we're looking at, this is on the Suffo Pit 1.
Wait,
So,
hold on there, Hassa. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I want to point out this is really, really important because everything that we're talking about right now, obviously, with the nerves and Revolution and the performance and how it's so 50-50 right now, Revolution is not playing Blight. We have seen Crane step up to the plate. Now, for those who aren't aware, I actually failed to mention this previously as well. When Nyx, previously Rebirth in Season 4 of OSL, were playing Blight, it was 50-50 split between Revolution and Crane. Some weeks it was Revolution and others it was Crane. Now, every single time I've watched Crane play Blight, he has looked immense. I don't know if this was the original plan. I think there is a chance Revolution was looking to play Blight tonight. But based off how he's probably feeling, like I said, he's looked really nervous. It's out of character. Crane has stepped up here. He's playing the Blight for Nyx. And I know that he has that sauce. He is a killer player who can pull out insane results in situations like this, Hasso.
there you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So, it is not the big man Revolution on tonight. So, Crane, I mean, I've never really seen Crane play, but we are loading in with a beautiful melee. So,
Crane's golden cane, baby.
Yep, there you go. He's Golden Cane. Yeah, this will be a good watch. We've stood still, so not too sure if everything's all good. Maybe putting on our filters, seeing what the players, if everything is okay. We're still AFK. I'm not too sure if we are. We are, so there could be problems here, and we have had a DC, so I'm not too sure what's happened there. 148 MS. That is definitely your reasoning as to why. So, yeah, a bit unfortunate there, Chief.
Yeah, that is a little unlucky. Obviously, we've just loaded into the wrong server. Our survivors and our killer have been set to. I'm actually not too sure because the ping that Crane had there, obviously, Nyx are from Hong Kong. The server they should be connecting to is Hong Kong, but 150 MS. Now, I can't even begin to assume if that's Singapore or not. I truly do not know where they were just sent. But either way, wrong server. That is a no-fault restart because Nyx have provided us the proof required to not receive a penalty for the DC. So we will just start again, load right back in. I wasn't too sure about the full game state we had there. The generators might have been nice. They might have been not so nice to Crane. So, as much as the ping was definitely going to be a hindrance, we might be seeing a little bit different of a game than what we could have just now if we were loaded into the correct server. It will really come down to our RNG on Suffo 1 because I want to point out, Hasso, the RNG after the most recent changes can be brutal. You can have really bad 3 gens mid, you can have tight 5 gens top on Suffocation Pit. And on a killer like Blight, especially if you spawn bottom and there is a 5 gen top, it can be really problematic because the places you want to die will be in those corrupted gens. But crossing to get there will be so difficult because all you have to do is hold that cross, stall out the survivors as soon as you get it down, and it can get really ugly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there is no doubt, Chief. What you've said is perfect. It could be, a turning point. In how your gens are. You could be very lucky, or not so lucky. But overall, Suffo Pit is an odd one. I love watching the games on here, but I think overall, Big Chief, I think both these teams will need to be on their A game. Blight, you have to last. You have to get to death spots. There's no sorry I couldn't make it. You've got to get there. Because this killer is so good with mobility, your best bet is to honestly just send it to the death spot as soon as you get chased. Now, obviously, last for as long as possible. Don't just try die there. Like if you've got a pallet there, use it. But I think it's more that in a situation that's so dire and you need to win, both teams are wanting to and needing to win these sets, you need to play the best of your ability to get to the death spots. I think there's nothing better other than that. I think that is the key. If you make your death spots, that is something that's key. But obviously having a good chase, because the killer, again, like I said, is so good with mobility. They can just zoom across the map in a matter of seconds, even if you die, edge 12. So anything that can help you live and get to where you got to get is what you need in a situation like this, Chief. And I think you know as we will be going into our game hopefully very soon. I think it will be very close. But I think whoever has the better performance out of those two, out of the death spots and how long they last for, of course, it sounds like common sense, but overall, I think we'll just have a way bigger impact on the game.
Yeah, absolutely. But Hasso, I also want to highlight there's something that I feel like doesn't get spoken about enough for Blight, and it's how important it is to not allow traversal rushes to convert into a tag. Blight obviously has a lot of momentum, and what creates situations where Blight is so capable of snowballing into really high win, like high 4K results, is where you allow the Blight to move around the map and use that movement to get injures. Because as soon as you're allowing that to happening, it forces you to either get chased in a really unopportune moment or spot, or just out of position, or it disrupts your gameplay. It disrupts your macro. Say that it's the survivor, that needs to be on a gen, or they need to be positioning for the unhook. It means that you can't rotate efficiently because you're injured. It means you need to play slow. You might even need to get reset, right? It disrupts so much. So it's so important that you don't allow the Blight to use those traversal rushes to get an injure. Because as soon as that starts happening, it's where things get really, really ugly.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think you've said it perfectly. So, I'm not too sure, what is going on at the moment. I think that we're just setting up the lobby. But yeah, I think overall, it will be a very close battle. We saw over the past two, we've seen the Vecna and the Spirit. There were some really good positives on both sides. Their chases were beautiful, especially Chief on that Vecna one where there was the Devour. There was a beautiful chase that came in until obviously we went down. I think it was the Ace that had a beautiful chase, or the Atom, one of them. But I think overall having the chase against in that Vecna set for people just joining us, it was a tie. And I think it was very well played to get the result they both did, a 4K one on both ends. So you know I think we are now in the lobby. We will be ready to go very shortly. But yeah, Chief, any predictions?
I mean, look, I have been caught on record actually a few times now pointing out that I think in this scenario, with our balancing in Div 2, that this killer should be getting like high stages on this map. Now, I have received DMs every single time that has popped up on stream from so many people saying, you were wrong, this is the 4K1 map. And I know it's the 4K1 map. I know that the 4K1 is the average result in most settings, but the thing for me is that the Division 2 survivor balancing is that little bit more liberal, right? You have access to a few perks that you normally wouldn't see, and it does allow you to extend your chases that little bit extra, especially with the extra 5 seconds of BT now that it's 15 instead of 10 seconds. It puts survivors in a position where it is just that little bit easier. And if you just have a nice bit of like macro setup from the get go, position yourself well, have decent enough chases, not even something incredible, right? You can see outs. And I think you should be seeing outs. So I wouldn't be too surprised if on the side of Nyx, their survivors are capable of getting outs. Now, obviously, we're about to see their killer play, and I'm not too sure how Ancestor go on the Blight. I actually haven't seen them play this set once at all. That's a fault of me. I haven't been able to catch many of Group B's games, so I'm not too sure if they played Blight, and if they have, I'm not too sure how they've done. But Crane, like we said earlier, is lethal on this killer. Now, if he is able to get a 4K result, I wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. You heard it from the big man, Chief. It'll be close, Chief. There is no doubt. We are going to break the main door here. So overall, we hopefully will look for our cross. You know, I tried Blights from the first time today, and you know, I had, you know, this is the part where, you know, Feija and Jams are helping me. You have to look for the cross. If you can locate the cross, that can be incredible. So I think we may have located someone here, and we have. So locating the cross, no, we haven't. So we've gotten a little bit lost in the source now. We have crossed over a couple survivors now. You know, we are going to take the chase here. I think possibly over onto Jake here. Yes, so the big Jake, hopefully we can see something come off here. Now, keep in mind, everybody, that the Blight is obviously a high stage killer. So anything that, you know, I don't know what the average is, Chief, for 4K, you reckon 4K1 on this map?
I've been told it's 4K, but like I said, I more lean towards anywhere between 8 to 10 stages personally. Now, I will just say, Crane is looking a little rusty, right? We haven't seen him play all that much. Like I said, Revolution was definitely the killer player that was probably most likely intended to play this set tonight, as we do miss another set of 5 rushes, unable to get a tag onto Olympus. Now, this is really big problems for Crane, because we do have a Forge in top. That little short swing through the pallet has unfortunately unzoned Olympus, but we do have rushes in hand. No Shack pallet either. We might just be seeing a quick down. If he can't convert these rushes, he does indeed. Lovely time to get that down. Honestly, might even be a little late, because what I didn't get to point out, Hasso, was that we saw 2 survivors cross under the nose of Crane. They literally ran mid and crossed, and he didn't spot them out at all. And I think that came down to his initial rushes, where he kind of blundered around 3 for a little bit. We're going to see this Gen 11 pop, and 3 is so close, we're not even going to realize. Actually, sorry, we're on main. I thought we were on 3. We might have been triple splitting. We do get the stun. We're going to get the pop on this Gen main. The unhook also comes out in the background. We don't have rushes just yet. We'll make it as well for the reset. That's more than enough time to get this guy fully healed and able to play bottom yet again. And now Beyonce can also take a tag for him. But Olympus is having to play top.
Yeah, this is... got to get down to that bottom side, to let these couple gens pop now. Realistically, Chief, we have seen from this Jake have a really good chase for the first, for the start of the game. And bang, we don't get the hit, unfortunately, onto the Jake, but just buying as much time here and burning the time that you can. And we don't make there, unfortunately, so we are going to drop the pallet now. Keep in mind that this Jake is playing very well, just sending it away. It does look like he will give away a tag here, and he will, so we are going to send it towards main, as main is now completed. So, you know, possibly die behind main. We are going to make the inside of main. We opted not to. Not too sure if that was the play, but we are lurking for the beamer save with the sprint burst. Hold on a second, bang! Straight to the face, gone. So that is incredible.
We've outlasted DS, we've gotten the flashlight save. Once Olympus goes down here, and he gets the stun, not even down on this pallet, buying himself some extra time in chase. Has to, if he commits to this ton out, which by the way, I think we'll see another 2 gens pop for already, there is a very high chance that this might only be not many more stages after this. This survivor has DS and he's not even used it, Hasso.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, this is a perfect gen spot as well. Chief, and we do thought for a second, hold on, if we make this could be something, but wow. It's already been something,
That's
Chief.
2 gens.
It's incredible chase. You're absolutely right. That's 2 gens. It'll be more now. But yeah, Chief, I haven't really seen Crane play the Blight before. Obviously sort of new to watching certain plays, especially in Division 2. But is there any way that you think, like, what stages are we looking at, do we reckon, you know, 6 to 8
This is
or
ugly. This is 6 to 8, Hassa. You're
yeah.
100% right. Now, this is what. See, I feel so justified in telling people that this was 6 to 8 stages, even a little higher, right? I did say 8 to 10. Granted, I do think Crane's mechanics have let him down. I feel like if that chase onto Olympus was shorter at the start of the game, not to take away from his chase, it was marvelously played. He played around every resource he had perfectly, and our survivors are continuing to do so this entire game. Olympus did get unhooked and full reset in the background. Crane's not even worried about that. We've tried to V1, we've just missed it. We're now trying to get a little mind gaming on our survivor here. We do get the tag for it. That's lovely stuff. Aces kind of stuck here. We might be seeing a death mid, although we did use 5 rushes, so we do have a little bit of distance to buy. We are using all of that distance we have, making this bot mid tile. We're just going to play to the pallet, Hasta, and we might be able to last off of this break. Actually, 5 rushes in hand. I'm not too sure if we have anything for. We don't. We're playing to the window, though. We swing as well! Oh, no.
Yeah, problems team. I mean, this is looking unfortunate for Crane as we are going to hopefully get the down here, and we don't, unfortunately, on the side of Crane. So look at that.
He's gonna leave it.
Being doubled in the background. So
it's 10, Hasta.
Oh,
he doesn't even know. He's got to go check it now.
Yeah, okay, so we are gonna
it's still so
get
close.
there, but yeah.
Oh, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Jake's playing incredible, just going in balls deep, just trying to, you know, get a bit of aura there, just stand in front of the pallet. So very nicely done, Chief, and I think we'll see, you know, a lot more, you know, very shortly. But yeah, very nicely done here on the side of the survivors.
Yeah, I mean, Hasso, 5th generator that are popping, 2 stages on the board. I mean, at this point, you need to go find one of the other injured Fresh Hooks and just accept that this might be 5. Because, I mean, the survivors have played this beautifully. Like, every chase has lasted. Like, I don't really think this was a game lost any other way than Crane being let down by his micro. I mean, once again, we see another rush set without a tag. We've seen, I think, more rush sets without a tag than we have with one. We also see one survivor getting reset with inner in the background. We might be seeing a gate opening right now, or I think it might also be beyond getting reset. I'm not too sure. No, it is a gate opening. I'm not too sure which one that is, Hasso. It might be this gate bottom. I think it is, as we're all sending it there. Hasso, this might just be 2 stages. We have no rushes. All the survivors have all the distance. We're out.
Oh,
Hasso, we're out.
No.
It's 2. Crane has got 2 stages.
I mean, very nicely done from the survivors. Should I say nicely, very incredibly well played. I mean, there is no doubt that they played to probably their best that we've ever seen. Very easily win con. So, Chief, just before you know, I need to go to the bathroom. So, but just before I do, what do you think that we're looking at for the next lineup?
How do you lose this on the side of Ancestor? Like, Hasso, I just said that I think Crane can 4K, and oh my word, am I eating my words? Like I said, I think there was a chance Revolution was meant to play this set. The nerves were getting the better of him. Crane had to step up in the moment, and unfortunately, I think the lack of playtime throughout Academy has caught up to him. I think he's just been put in a position where he's not got as much practice as he wanted to, and his mechanics have really let him down because that was definitely out of character. You know, we've seen Crane put on some beautiful mechanical displays previously, and to only get 2 stages in such a crucial moment like this, might I add, right? They're already a set down. They've just head into the 3rd set. Losing this means their run to the finals is over. They will be playing tomorrow for 3rd place. Tournament favorites knocked out in the semifinals. Now, this is giving me flashbacks to last night where we saw the same thing happen. The Group B favorites, Hell of Flame, totally expected to dominate their game against Reactor, lost. They weren't able to convert their results. They lost the set. Granted, that did come after a complete ordeal and an unfortunate disconnect, I will say. But Reactor, the underdogs, took it. And although that game was a lot closer than this one, because might I say, I think Ancestor have looked like the far better team today. So, so clearly. Especially after that Blight set. I don't understand how you have managed that. The chases were beautiful. We talked about death spots a lot in the pre-match. We talked about how crucial it is to make your chase last and then end up in the spot you need to be. Why bother when you're not gonna die? Who cares where your chase is if you're never going down? And that's what Ancestor have just done. We saw a chase last on tiles that you just shouldn't be lasting on. In mid, full mid, if you're dying there, it puts the Blight in normally a spot that is so, so strong. And the problem for Crane was that he couldn't get those downs. And because he wasn't able to get those downs, and everything kind of just went from there, right? You can't get your downs, you don't get your perk value, you're not disrupting the gens are popping, you're overcommitting to the chases. It just it snowballs in the complete opposite direction from what a Blight normally wants to see. The Blight's the killer that snowballs to win. Crane couldn't get anything going. Hasso, welcome back from your
Thank
bathroom
you.
break, I must say. Welcome back. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what much else to tell you. Like, this is a 3-stage win con for Mutt, who is readying up on the killer again. We've already seen him get a result that is unbelievable, a 4K1 on Lich. If he somehow loses this and we go back to the Lich, now I don't understand any universe where that happens, but crazier things have happened, right? What do you say? Like, what do you expect to happen? Yeah, so
Oh, I don't know. I mean, anything is possible. 4K5 is possible. As diabolical as that might sound, anything is possible. If you just trust the process. Now, looking at it, looking at the lineup, strong lineup. I think it could be outs. I am a bit surprised, Chief, to be honest. No summer wind on the Blight, so Ma is giving it a go. Now, sort of like a revolution thing. I have seen summer wind the whole season, pardon me, on the Blight. So it'll be good to see, a bit of a switch up and see how it is played here. Now, 3 stages and what's that? You're in the grand final, something like that, isn't it, Chief? So
yeah.
it's get your 3 stages and be happy, because there is no doubt these teams. I mean, Ancestor, from where they were, Chief, like I said, I'll reiterate, they were a team that came in from a play-in a day or two before the Division 2 started, and they put their hand up and gave it a crack. They won 2-1 to Team Severance, got themselves a spot in Division 2, and now, here we go. We found our first survivor. But as I was saying, it is just incredible to see how well they've done up until then. And not to discredit Nyx, they've been incredible the whole entire season. There is no doubt. So, this game is not over though. So we will be spawning in on the Blight. Now, this is going to be, we've already injured our first survivor. Now, try to get a little flicky here. Now, we do just crouch a little bit too early. Yep, that is 1 of 3. So 33% of the way there to a grand final. You just need to do it 2 more times and you get there. So, yeah.
They have no gen progress. They hadn't even crossed the map and a survivor was dead on the ground. We're hooking him edge 7. Mutt can sit here and do nothing for the rest of the game and win. This position is horrible.
Oh yeah.
That is not the start you're looking to have. Like, not only obviously is it really bad that L'Oreal was caught out in the position he was then short swung through a pallet and tagged as he dropped it. He got no distance from his hit. He didn't make anything, right? He played to an extra pallet that the Blight immediately broke. And I must say, that is something we didn't see Crane doing very much at all. He was trying to play for those flashy 5 rushes to get a tag around every single pallet he could. Sometimes it is just a smart decision to accept that you're probably not going to be able to hit the survivor, and you do just need to concede that. Use your rushes, maybe 2, 3, and just take the pallet break. try to zone them, get your tag a little bit later. It's worked out perfectly for Mutt, and problems here working out even better. I think that might have been SB in hand, but we do have another survivor, the unhooker, just right in front of the killer. If he goes down here, right, this is looking to be a 4K. It's a trade. Two of three stages for a trade. 2 of 3. Oh, we've hit BT instead. It doesn't even matter. You slug both, he survives, he hooks, and you win. I mean, we're forcing locker. Lovely decision, because we need that survivor normally to be able to cross to the right side of the map, but now we have a survivor hook basement. These DS? Oh, because we chased the other survivor. That makes sense why he's forced. Okay, my mistake. I didn't realize, sorry, I thought that was the person who unhooked. I thought that was the Jake. Unlucky that we've unfortunately eaten the DS, but I mean, like, in this position still, 2 generators have popped. We have 2 injured survivors. We're probably going to get this down relatively short. We do 2 of 2, Tycon met. 1 stage required. At this point, to find anybody and have a fun chase and you win.
Yeah, absolutely, Chief. You said it perfectly. I mean, it is, you know, it is very nice to see that you know, we obviously just saw Crane on the Blight. It's good to see, you know, sometimes you get to see other players give it a shot on respected killers. Now, you know, hopefully we can see, you know, if we're Ma right now, we'd be looking for our next survivor, because we only need 1 more stage. It's Tycon right now, so, you know, you have to loop for 2.5 gens, 2.25 gens if you, and get out if you want to win right now, and you have to get the unhook. So, very, you know, it does very look well over for Team Nix, but...
Not to drain the life out of the game, Hasso, but this should just be done. Like, you can't do it all. 1 gen is about to pop, so we will have 2 generators left in the trial, but the problem is, right, Hasso, is that because oh, someone's right here as well. We do find Nancy. We commit this chase, we get the down, we get the death, and we win. Okay, so that's game. But what I was going to say is, obviously, Mer hasn't had to leave the bottom side of the map. He crossed the 7, found his chase, and has been 7 the whole time. We do get the unhook, but unfortunately, it might be another trade. We do have 3 Russians in hand. We'll get these back in another 2 seconds. We're gonna commit the BT survivor, which, questionable. I guess he's playing for his talent out. He is playing for the best result. We do hit BT, just a little unlucky. That was very, very close to only a second left. We have a 4 lane. We have another survivor sitting mid. We've fatigued though, so we have given them a little bit extra time. Our survivor has managed to cross the top just off the back of that. Okay, our survivor actually hasn't managed to cross the top.
I thought that was the survivor, Yep,
that's the other injured survivor. That is our Jake who's crossed top. Matt has won the game. That means Ancestor have made it to the grand finals. I mean, obviously, I must say an extremely anticlimactic way to make it to the finals. A near unlosable win con, right? You had to get 1 death or 3 separate stages in any way, and he did it at 2 gens, and he did it in a way that, like, was, as Johns would say, the most interactive gameplay, because he didn't move from 7 for 80% of the game, right? That's all he did. He stood at 7 and he won the game, which is like, he did exactly what he needed to do. I can't fault him for that. Oh my word! Sorry to interrupt the little ramble I'm having, because what a beautiful rush there. That was a lovely little flick to get that tag. Obviously, I'm assuming that we have another survivor just top mid. We've seen him so early. That rotator's come out so late. We apply our option and call a Brian. We can just go get the tag on this survivor. He's stuck 3. Actually, we've decided to jiggy a little bit. We're not actually stuck 3. We might be able to stealth out Ma here. I think we're going to. Ooh. Did he see him in that corner? Hassa? Oh no, he's edge him out. We aren't going to fight him.
Yeah, I mean, you know what would be funny, Chief? If no one gets hooked for the rest of the game and they get out.
It would be really funny. I don't think it'll happen.
No,
because it is the Blight, and he does have a 3-gen bottom. But it would be funny.
So, it would be hilarious. Now,
what in the vaulting edge map?
Yeah, I'm not too sure if they're just conceding defeat now. But, you know, you gotta... to be fair, I think Nix have to also give themselves a pat on the back, because their whole season has been incredibly well done. I mean, this team is an incredible team that have a great chemistry, and I'm sure we will see them back in Division 2 for the next season. But
hold on,
I tell you what,
because
Yeah.
there's still a chance they make Division 1. Obviously,
Yes,
this
true.
means that they will play tomorrow for 3rd place, and whoever wins that game will also qualify for Div 1. Obviously, Ancestor winning tonight means they have also qualified for Div 1. So there is a chance, because Group A has 2 spots for Academy teams, that these teams will be playing yet again. We will have to wait till tomorrow and Thursday for our winners and losers final to find that out, as we do get another down on this top side of the map. We did see Maya getting reset after her hook. We're just going to slug this. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to go get this pick. We're going to refresh our pop. We're going to go look at the gens bottom. We don't have a lot of progress, as we can see from the HUD, which is mighty unfortunate. But what we do know right now, Hasso, is that both the survivors currently in the trial who will not be on a hook are bottom side. They can't cross easily to this hook, and they have to work these gens. It puts you in a really sticky position where this result, one bad rotation, one bad find on a stealth, end the game, and right now, actually, never mind, that's Delhi. We didn't cross for him. I'm eating my words.
So yeah, I mean, it is looking like, I mean, we haven't really, it's been fairly quiet, Chief, to be honest, since we've gotten our first death. There hasn't been much, you know, we haven't really located many survivors, I don't think. But we do find our next one, which will be the Jake here. Now, you know, it is, you know, fair to say that this Jake has been, it was last game's Jake, I'm not too sure, but one of them had an absolute juice, and both of these teams, and hold on a second, we don't get the tag there. That is so unlucky on the side of Mars. So, you know, we have to really just play aggressive here, hopefully get this down. But hopefully we see a nice chase here from Maya, and we do hold checkies, beautifully done. We are gonna play checkies, do get a little bit lost there, unfortunate, but this has been fairly nicely done. Now, honestly, Chief, I don't know how long that window's been in the game for, but that looks new to me.
This is the Z-Wall tile. This is the really annoying Z-Wall tile, Hasso. It's been in the game for a good couple months now. Definitely not all that strong of a tile, and although ironically I think it's not too bad against Blight. You do have the pallet on the middle side, you have the window here. It can lead to some moments where the Blight gets a little lost rushing through these 4 lanes, but overall, definitely isn't on the stronger side, and unfortunately Maya wasn't able to use it to their best ability to prevent the down. They were just hooked and downed mid-map, which is really big problems for the overall state of the game. Once again, for those who are just joining us, Ancestor have already won. The killer right now is just playing for the best result, potentially a 4K1. Revolution is just standing still. Fair enough. Definitely a night to forget for Revolution, I think. But, I mean, hey, look, at this point in the game, we're playing to play.
Cool.
So, Maya is going to get reset in the background as Revolution does get the stun around main, is able to make it through the window, and Ma is opting to go back, but we do see the reset in the background. I believe that was probably will make it, getting that reset so quickly. And our survivors now, as you were saying earlier, Hasso, they're doing a really good job of not getting found, and when they are, they're taking all of their distance. Actually, I'm eating my words yet again. We've just been found full mid, and we've decided to sit directly on the pallet because we don't have a lot of distance to take, a lot of things to play towards. We do win the 50 though. Oh wow, beautiful stuff. Just okay. Man, Knicks really don't want us to be all too accurate with our communications, Hasso, do they?
No. Nah, but very nicely done. You could actually hear, for anyone that couldn't hear because how beautiful Chief's loud voice is, we actually
Thanks, man.
we actually did hear the slow volt just then. So, you know, honestly, it is looking like 4K what? 4K2, 4K1, more likely 4K2, but it is not over yet. Keep in mind there's still, you know, 3 survivors in this trial, and we do spot out our Nancy, so, you know, we do get the tag finally through that window. That window has been a curse to Mars, so not too sure what we're doing here. We do have a little nice pallet to play with, so hopefully we can play around this for a little bit and buy some time, maybe even get 1 generator completed. Now, Champion of Light coming into play now. Wow, what headphones. Send me those headphones ASAP, because that man has just tracked the living hell out of this survivor, which is, man, no, we've gotten stuck on the tree now. Big Chief, what do you think? 4K1, 4K2?
I mean, we do see Revolution sitting a gen that is quite high progress. We're just opting to force basement. We do have the balanced landing, I believe. She was very quick off of that. But I also thought they were sprint burst, so I'm not too sure what exhaustion they are. But Revolution is about to pop a gen. I was going to say the originals in the 3v1 as soon as we got there. 4K1 is very achievable, even with the gen split, and we are going to see that coming in now. I'm not too sure how much pressure they have anywhere else in the 2v1 now, especially. I think this is the result secured a 4K1. But I do think this is pretty achievable. We're just resetting mid-map. We have been spotted out immediately. Unfortunate for our survivors. And I feel like this is kind of just the story of how this 3v1 was played. It was pretty easy for Ma to find his stealths, to find survivors out of position, and get not even the quick downs, but just quick tags. And sometimes they were quick downs. There are a lot of times that they were converted, but even the times they weren't, they were impactful enough that it meant that the result was always going to lean towards the 4K. Not that he even needed it, but he did everything he needed to get this result. He definitely earned it. And I think, once again, I hate saying it because it feels like it's been the story of tonight. I really feel like Nyx's survivors have not played their best, which really sucks to say because they were the favorites. They are a team that we know can be a lot better than how they've performed. I do believe Revolution is near this gate, so if Ma is going to find him, this will deny all of the stages from getting... Sorry, not that there would be stages out the door, but it would be that little thing extra, right? If he is able to find, it would just be a flat 4K1. But yes, with this result, it does mean it is a 2-0 to Ancestor. They are our second team joining the finals, and the underdogs, yet again, second night in a row, putting on a showing to win. Going for a cheeky V1 there, but yeah, the underdogs putting on a performance to be proud of and making a name for themselves, making OSL Academy Finals. Hasso, I mean, who could have expected this?
I mean, it is, considering the tipping and all that. Of course, tipping is completely different. It's just people having their own based opinion, but it was 100% sided for Nyx to win this set. Now, the only reason I say 100% is because Oblivion, who does the tipping, had to put the reaction in for himself, so he votes himself. So there was only one reaction, that was him. So that is incredible. 100% of the people that voted, I believe there were 19 people that voted or something like that, had voted for Team Nyx to win this tiebreaker. Now, that is incredible that Ancestor have come away with this win, and good on them. They will be moving to the grand final from being a team that just only got into the competition, now
What a
moving into a
Cinderella
grand
story.
final. Yeah, I know. It'd be incredible if they went on to Div 1 and even won the grand final then, but we'll have to wait and see for that one. But yeah, I mean, Chief, it's been some incredible games tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still in shock, Hasso. I mean, like, every result really just came at us in the most unexpected way. I couldn't have predicted anything that happened tonight, from Lich to Spirit to Blight. Everything just didn't go the way I feel like anyone could have predicted. Obviously, like you said, look at the VIP tipping. No one predicted these results. No one expected Ancestor to get a set, let alone win it all. Not even dropping a set, might I add. I mean, that just is, like I said a little earlier, just the Cinderella story. This is a team that came through a last chance qualifier. They weren't even going to be in this division until the day before it started, and they are now in its grand finals playing Reactor, another team who, by all accounts, at the start of the season, looked like they were never getting close. And they just beat tournament favorites, both of them tonight and last night. Reactor and Ancestor beating the tournament #1 and #2 favorites to take it all. They will now only be playing for 3rd place, and the underdogs will be taking home the bragging rights. They will be both also already progressing to Division 1, so congratulations to Reactor once again, because we did give them their roses last night, but to Ancestor tonight, who have put on a display that, like, I don't even know how to put into words, was so deeply impressive, Hassa.
Yeah. You said it perfectly, Chief. I mean, it is, obviously that will be it for the night, but honestly, that has been incredible. What what games we just had. We obviously had incredible Vecna, incredible Spirit. Spirit was incredible. Every single set I believe tonight, Chief, was absolutely incredible.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, was that's the perfect word that I was looking for. So a blockbuster, and you know, I tell you what, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose now. But at the end of the day, both these teams still, one team is now locked in, but now one still has another chance to put themselves into Division One. So I'm sure that they will come back even more hungry for tomorrow night, Chief. What do you think about that?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I feel like between Hella Flame and Nyx, there is still obviously everything to play for. Their spot in Division 1 is still up for grabs. So I would hope that we don't get a repeat of the Nyx we saw tonight, because if we do, I have no doubt Hella Flame will be able to capitalize on the mistakes that Nyx were making. Hopefully, they take the time that they need now after this match to refresh, unwind and restart and get going like they normally have all season. Because might I add, they were 4-0 in their groups. They didn't drop a single game, and they came into this semifinal looking like the team that couldn't even get a win. I do not know what happened, but
Yeah.
saying that, if they do come back looking how they did in groups, there is no doubt in my mind that they could take third place tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, obviously that P&B is yet to happen, but it will be underway right now. The channel has just opened. So, very, very shortly in our Discord, you will be able to find out what the match tomorrow will be. I'm expecting potentially more Blight. I know Nyx didn't look too great on it tonight, but maybe that gets in their minds. Maybe that's in Hella Flame's head already, and they're thinking of picking it themselves. And if they are, there's no doubt in my mind we may see a very different story than what we tonight. I know
Yeah.
that Hella Flame are also big fans of the Doctor. That could be another set we see, but either way, Hasso, that is a game that we have to look out for tomorrow.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, it'll be incredible. Both those teams. That is the team. So third place is fighting for a Division One spot. So that is a make it or don't make it situation. So you know, fighting for almost all the marbles. Obviously, first versus well, the grand final is going to be held, but this is going to be whether you make it to the Division One. So Chief, very nice to be casting with you tonight, mate. A bit of a late call up for the big Chief, so good on him for getting there. And I think we'll have some awesome games tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't wait for tomorrow. Obviously, make sure you join us then. And make sure you do join us on Thursday as well for the grand finals. Like I said, last night, and I will repeat tonight. It is unfortunate that it feels like there is a little less stakes than there are tomorrow for the grand final, but obviously it is still a grand final. It will be a best of 5, so make sure you don't miss it because the action is going to be incredible. But some other things to add to that. Right after that grand final, which will also be streamed live on Twitch, our first Division 2 game on Twitch. So make sure you're tapped in for that. The day after Hasso, Friday, we will be
Yep.
seeing Division 1 begin. We will be seeing potentially, we aren't too sure yet because obviously the Division 2 teams haven't done their pick and bans for Division 1 just yet. They can't because not all of them are confirmed. But there is the potential that they play on Friday alongside every other Division 1 team. And those games are going to be blockbuster. OSL is back. You have your standard BO3s, your standard rule set, your Division 5 balancing came out yesterday. We know the maps, we know the perks, we know the killers. Everything is getting underway, so make sure you are tapped in. Get in the Discord, check out the socials, get competing, get hyped.
Yep. Perfect. Well said. Well, to wrap it up there, I think I think we'll call it a night. Getting pretty late, but nah, absolutely incredible. And Thank you everyone for joining us and spectating through a blockbuster series of games because every single one of them, every minute was enjoyable. And I'm not just saying that; I genuinely thought that. So, I think we will be keen. So make sure you are there, and for the grand final, be there on the Twitch Oceanic Sacrificial League, twitch.tv Oceanic Sacrificial League. Will be streamed the best of five, like Chief said. And yeah, I think it'll be incredible watch. And we obviously have for third place tomorrow. So be there. Anything else, Chief?
No, I think that's all. So thank you all for coming out tonight. We greatly appreciate it, and we will see you all tomorrow.